We're going to move, Ishaq Saab, to our next question, which comes from Germany. And his question is from Zakaria Ahmed Sahib. Assalamu alaikum, Zakaria Saab. Thank you for your question. And his question is about Salat, the prayer. And he writes that if a person has started his Salat, his prayer already, with the intention of it being a non-obligatory prayer, and during the prayer he realizes or circumstances change, can he convert his non-obligatory prayer to an obligatory prayer? And in that he's performing something voluntarily, circumstances, whatever they may be, change, and can he sort of automatically, sort of through a change of mindset, but almost make that voluntary prayer an obligatory one? Is that possible in the middle of his prayer? So it's not finishing a prayer and starting a new one, it's actually shifting in the middle of it.
If it's from the non-obligatory that we're saying, the nawafil, and then it comes to the fact that I think in this question, circumstances the person is offering their prayer by themselves, and they do decide to say their fard's prayer, their obligatory prayer. So in Islam, this is, you cannot actually, shift gear, mid prayer. Just say,
Well, you've gone into autopilot.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yes.
There's no sort of precedent. There's no Islamic teaching which says, right, okay, I'm performing a non-obligatory, a voluntary prayer, and I'm now going to switch to an obligatory prayer. I mean, there's nothing of that.
From gear 4 to gear 3.
So it's if we find in other circumstances that the person is perhaps offering their nawafil, and they want to offer, or the time for the Fajr prayer has come, and they're offering their tahajjud, and they realize that mid prayer they change gear, and they want to complete and do the witr. This is okay by Islamic standard. But when you go from nawafil to farz, no, it's and the circumstance doesn't arise.
I mean, you do get the situation where the sunnah prayer, or you're performing a prayer and the congregational prayer begins.
Right.
And obviously, if it's an obligatory prayer, you finish. But if it's a voluntary prayer, you should, or a sunnah, you should break it and then join the obligatory part of. I think those are clear, but I think it's almost this switching in the middle of a prayer which is non-permissible.
Something that's come to my mind actually, of an instance when your nafil will be changed into farz, but that is after you die. According to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the first thing that we will be questioned about on the Day of Judgment will be about our prayers. And Allah will take account of our obligatory prayers, farz prayers. And if there is a shortfall in those farz prayer, He will make up that account from our nawafil. So this is the mercy of Allah, that He has the power and judgment to do that. So that on the Day of Judgment, if we have a shortcoming in our account of our obligatory prayers, Allah will make that shortfall from our nafil prayers and sunnah prayers. That's the beauty of Islam. Huh?
But there's no accounting for transition.
There's no accounting for man to do it. No, we don't have that.
Thank you both for that.